By May 2026, the promise of a hyper-connected world has materialized into a series of visible, high-speed successes. We see it in Anthropic's $965 billion valuation, built on the promise of an honest AI for global enterprises. It's present in Samsung's 1000 Hz displays that have effectively eliminated input lag, and in Google Gemini, which now anticipates user needs within the phone's operating system before a request is even made. But these capabilities have filled a vacuum that is no longer sustainable. The bill for this progress has arrived. This is the ledger of tomorrow. It is a framework where every gain in digital perfection is balanced by a specific, calculated toll on the person using it. Participating in this high-speed society now requires a series of trades where privacy, security, and personal agency are the primary currencies used to keep the system running. The physical requirements of modern software are beginning to outpace the hardware meant to run it. Activision's fall 2026 Call of Duty release now requires over 400 gigabytes of base storage. This diagram shows a single application claiming exclusive control over user storage. To support high-detail environments, it ropes off 100 gigabytes as a dedicated cache partition. Processing 8K textures and maintaining zero-latency graphics creates a physical bottleneck, solved only through this aggressive annexation. This friction between high demand and limited supply isn't restricted to storage. When Amazon and Walmart implemented new rules to break the bot networks that inflated the RTX 5090 prices, the scalper market collapsed, but it introduced a new requirement for the buyer. To secure a fair price at checkout, consumers are now asked to provide a live biometric face scan and their social security number. We have traded our most sensitive, unchangeable biological data just to gain predictable access to a consumer marketplace. The information economy is undergoing a similar restructuring. Google has shifted away from a list of links, moving towards an environment where AI-generated summaries provide the final answer directly on the search page. This system relies on context disambiguation, which remains imperfect. During a recent bug, users searching for the definitions of words like disregard or ignore received no information. Instead, the AI interpreted the search as a command, responding with, "Understood, I will ignore your previous prompt." As this diagram illustrates, web traffic once flowing to independent creators is now absorbed by a centralized AI node. Without traffic, websites lose revenue and shut down. Left with no new human content to train on, the AI's answers eventually degrade. This trade-off prioritizes immediate convenience over the long-term survival of a diverse knowledge ecosystem. In the field of cybersecurity, machine autonomy has accelerated. AI models are now discovering and weaponizing zero-day vulnerabilities without human oversight, fundamentally changing the speed of digital warfare. This same drive for extraction recently hit a sharp ethical limit. Following an aviation accident, users reconstructed the final words of pilots from public investigation dockets, voices never intended for public release. This conversion sequence shows the process. By scanning a visual spectrogram, a map of sound frequencies, a neural vocoder can mathematically reverse engineer that image back into a high-fidelity audio clone of the deceased pilot. Corporate environments are seeing a similar shift toward algorithmic control. Activision Blizzard recently replaced its human CEO with Sentinel AI, an algorithm designed to manage resources through pure data analysis. The immediate result of this change was the termination of 1,200 human employees. The decision was based entirely on efficiency metrics, executed instantly and without a human review process. At every level of society, we are trading human empathy and baseline security for the promise of hyper-efficiency. Every digital service in 2026 functions as a negotiator, extracting a specific, mandatory toll for its convenience. Success in this environment requires more than just technical literacy. It requires a reconciliation with these personal and societal sacrifices. There is a constant, measurable friction between the ambition of corporations, the pursuit of digital perfection, and the protection of our human boundaries. The question for the next decade is no longer, what can this technology do? The only question left is, what are you willing to give up to get it?